ask you all to stand for the Pledge of Allegiance and call Jacob from Troop 848. Jacob here.
Who is it?
Jacob from Troop 848. Oh, here he is. Jacob is going to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance. Jacob is from Parkway Central, attending the meeting tonight for his merit badge. So can you lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance? Thank you.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Jacob. Roll call, please.
Councilmember Irby.
Here.
Second Council District seat is vacant. Councilmember Wassinger.
Here.
Councilmember O'Mara.
Here.
Councilmember Dolan.
Here. Councilmember
Stanger.
Here.
Councilmember Quinn.
Here.
Madam Chair, we have a quorum.
Thank you. I move to suspend the rules for presentation of a proclamation by the County Executive duly to the St. Louis County Department of Health.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
May I read the proclamation?
Madam Clerk, please.
Whereas the Missouri Institute for Community Health, MICH, is the accrediting body for Missouri's voluntary accreditation program for local public health agencies, and whereas to obtain accreditation, St. Louis County Department of Health has to ensure the implementation of 10 essential public health services, comply with more than 300 specific performance measures, and show cooperative engagement with community partners, and whereas the MICH Board of Directors voted unanimously to approve a 2-year extension of the St. Louis County Health Department's accreditation, and whereas the St. Louis County Health Department is one of the oldest health departments in our nation, with the MICH accreditation proof of its commitment to quality, and whereas it has been protecting the health and well-being of our residents for more than 108 years, now therefore I, Charlie A. Dooley, County Executive, St. Louis County, Missouri, do hereby proclaim June 24th, 2014 as St. Louis County Health Department Day in St. Louis County.
Congratulations.
Also ask Denise come forward, please.
Hello, my name is Denise Strelo, and I'm representing the Missouri Institute for Community Health Board of Directors. And on behalf of the Board of Directors, I'd like to thank St. Louis County for applying for accreditation. This is an extension of their previous accreditation for 3 years. This is a 1-year comprehensive accreditation beginning May 2014 and ending in May 2015. So this is a renewal. Congratulations. Job well done.
Thank you. I just wanted to thank all of our partners out there in the community, especially the state of Missouri. This was an extensive program for state accreditation, and also it lets us know that when we look at our programs and review them, they only meet the standard, but they exceed the standard because we had 100% comprehensive accreditation. In addition to that, we decided to reach for the stars and also apply for national accreditation, and that is a mark above and beyond any standard nationally. And I want to thank all of the council members for supporting us in that effort throughout the year. And all the materials I sent you to read over and over again, thank you so much for taking those materials. And most of all, our community partners, which range from BJC, WashU, St. Louis University, many of the non-for-profit organizations, so we can really get a look at our public health system in St. Louis County and come up with a comprehensive community health assessment plan and strategies that the county executive and the county council have implemented over the last year. Thank you so much.
We have no bid openings this evening, so Oh, I'm sorry, you gotta do the journal. We didn't do that first. Sorry, I skipped over the journal. Go
I
ahead.
probably should say. I move for approval of the journal of the meeting of June 17th, 2014.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries, the journal is approved. We have no bid openings this evening, so we'll move to communications.
Madam Chair, there are no tax compromises or zoning matters this evening, so move to road and bridge matters. Under road and bridge matters, item number 1, 1st and 4th districts.
Receive, file, plan, specifications, and detailed estimate of costs be approved, and the Director of Procurement be authorized to advertise for bids as requested pending Federal Highway Administration authorization, and a copy of this report be sent to the interested parties.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries.
Moving on to other communications, Madam Chair, item number 1, all districts.
Receive and file,
Item number 2.
and that will be the order. Item number 2, receive, file, and the county council be directed to prepare the appropriate legislation, and that will be the order.
Item number 3, 3rd district.
Receive, file, and refer to the Chair of the Productive Living Board for review and response.
So ordered.
Item number 4, 3rd district.
Receive, file, and the agreement be approved as recommended.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Item number 5, 3rd district.
Same motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Item number 6, 7th district.
Receive, file, and county council be directed to prepare the appropriate legislation. Same motion for item number 7.
So ordered.
Item number 8, all districts.
Receive, file, and the county council be directed to prepare the appropriate legislation, and that will be the order.
Item number 9, 1st district.
Receive, file, and the assignment be approved.
It's in
You need a second. You need a second.
Second.
All in
Second.
All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion Motion carries.
Item number 10, 5th district.
Receive, file, and the county council be directed to prepare the appropriate legislation.
So ordered.
Item number 11.
Receive, file, and the county council be directed to prepare the appropriate legislation. Same motion through item number 13, and that will be the order. Please read the add-ons.
Item number 1, 6th district.
Receive and file.
So ordered.
Item number 2, 6th and 5th districts.
Receive, file, and the county council be directed to prepare the appropriate legislation.
So ordered.
Item number 3, 4th district.
Receive, file, and the county council be directed to prepare the appropriate legislation.
So ordered.
Item number 4, 6th district.
Receive and file, and same motion for item number 5.
So ordered. County Executive Dooley, do you have any report?
I have a couple of items, Madam Chair. First of all, we have 20 participants here today from our Citizens Academy. They're here at the county council meeting, and they're going to graduate this evening. We have some goodies for them upstairs on the 9th floor, and we present them with their certificates. So I want to say congratulations to all of them. That being said, well, let everybody see who you are. Stand. Who are all the participants? Could you stand up, please? Everybody see who you are? There you go. There you go. On another note, at the situation today, I attended the funeral of our good friend Lou Edward Times, Father Times, the icon in our community, and he will be sorely missed. And so I could not go without mentioning his name. What a great, iconic individual. They did so much for this community. So I just have to mention that, Madam Chair. That's all I have.
Thank you, sir. Let's see. There are no reports of special committees this evening, so we'll move to the public forum. We have 8 speakers, is it?
Yes, ma'am.
Jen will call your name. You have 3 minutes to speak. When your time is up, she will alert you, and we ask you to bring your comments to a close.
First speaker this evening is Mike Jones, followed by Mayor Huddleston.
Good evening, Madam Chair. Mike Jones, 113 Stony Side Lane, Senior Policy Advisor to St. Louis County Executive Charlie Dooley, member of the State Board of Education. I'm here this evening because Steve Stanger seems to be looking for me, and I'm not that hard to find, so I thought I'd show up this evening. And to your point, in your entire worthless political life.
He needs to address you, not Steve Stanger.
I can talk to whoever I want to. And you can take a number, and after I'm done with him, I'll handle you too. In your entire worthless political life, you have never spoken to any issue that affects black children, black adults, in any shape, form, or fashion. And what I'm really taken aback by, matter of fact, almost speechless, that you would think that I would let a political zero like you use black children to benefit their personal political agenda. That's not going to happen. So next week, you're going to have your committee of the whole meeting, and it's going to be me and you. You get your committee of the whole meeting, and I get a chance to kill a hyena. Thank you, Madam Chair.
I'll welcome it. Thank you.
Thank you. Next speaker is Mayor Huddleston, followed by Shantae Young.
Good evening. Monica Huddleston, City of Greendale, and I also have some friends and supporters here from the greater Normandy area and anyone else who is in favor of the minority inclusion bills, particularly the version that was presented a couple of weeks ago by Councilwoman Irby. A statement and or a vote for minority and women contractor inclusion goals on taxpayer-funded projects is a good thing. It's the right thing to do no matter when it is done and no matter how long overdue it might be. But a statement of goals without an office or a specific person whose job and expertise and passion it is to see to it that those goals are reached is like faith without works. And we've all been taught that that's not a good thing by the supreme teacher. When something is amiss with public safety, for instance, we call the police or the fire department, whose expertise, job, and passion it is to address that kind of a problem. When the minority inclusion goals are not met, and there's no sincere or urgent effort to meet them, I find it hard to believe that a purchasing agent who might change with every project or everything you're trying to purchase would have the expertise and the passion to adequately address that. You just don't put something this important and this deserved by so many in the hands of anyone less than the expert who would be in charge of diversity affairs for St. Louis County, such as what Councilwoman Hazel Irby and County Executive Dooley have proposed. My understanding of Councilman O'Mara's bill is that it seeks to dismantle that it won't have that office in place or that person in place who would be responsible for seeing to it that the goals are met. I hope I'm wrong about that. Maybe something's been changed. Because I would like for our county not to be, as wonderfully diverse as it is, for our county not to be the one that goes backwards when everybody else goes forwards on this issue. It's just important for us to do the right thing for the local economy and for the people who pay taxes here and who live here. So I hope that you all will do the right thing tonight.
Thank you. Next speaker is Shantae Young, followed by John Denny Robertson.
Good evening. My name is Shantae Young. I'm president of the Board of Aldermen for the wonderful city of Moline Acres. And I echo Mayor Huddleston's words, and I feel compelled because over the past 24 hours, we've gotten a lot of phone calls regarding transfers and the issue that's happening with transfers. In addition to being president of the board, I serve on the Community Advocacy Committee for the School District of Review Gardens. The mayor of Moline Acres, as well as Delwood, Bell Fountain, Reverend Tommy Pearson, who's state representative, members of the clergy and social service agents all serve on this committee, but two important people also serve on it. The executive assistants of Councilman O'Mara and Councilwoman Hazel Irby. We discussed budgets, academics, the future of the transfer program. I made a personal decision to keep my children in Riverview Gardens because I believed that St. Louis County was doing everything it could in funding programs that fund us. I'm offended. I'm offended as a parent that my children, as well as the children of Normandy, are being used as political fodder for a vote. The assistance of Councilman O'Mara and Councilwoman Irby have worked diligently to assist us with grants that are funded by the Children's Service Funds. Normandy has received more than $3 million from those programs. And I'm going to say shame on you, Mr. Stanger, for leading already desperate people to believe that St. Louis County can do something that the legislature could not. Shame on you for using our children to further your political career. And I think it's a slap in the face to Joe Roche and Jacqueline Carr to use words that make it seem like they haven't done anything on this advocacy committee. And I'd like to thank both of them. They probably didn't know I was going to, because they show up more than we do, and I appreciate it. I'd like to thank the county executive for everything he's done for the Community Advocacy Committee of Riverview Gardens. And let's keep our children out of your political devolvement. Thank you.
Thank you.
Next speaker is John Denny Robertson, followed by Helen Gale Hope.
Madam Chairman, Mr. Dooley, County Council members. My name is John Denny Robertson. I'm a retired police lieutenant at St. Louis County Department of Police. I'm also the president of the St. Louis County Police Retirees Association. I had several issues I wanted to cover, but I'm going to have to prioritize what we consider the most important at this particular time. We currently have 14 permanently injured officers that are not receiving the respect and benefits that they deserve. They are truly St. Louis County's heroes and deserve the respect and benefits for their sacrifices, but they're really being forgotten as service, disability, retirement benefits are limited, and we believe that they should be provided the same benefits that are granted to the surviving spouses and the children of our deceased employees, and should be eligible to have the option to elect basic health insurance coverage of the county's group health insurance plan in the same manner and under the same circumstances as if they were still employed by St. Louis County. I am asking that our disabled retirees be covered for their lifetime, but have been told on several occasions there are options available for this group and they can apply for Medicare or Medicaid. Get real. Currently, the retirement plan will pay whatever amount is necessary combined with Social Security and workers' compensation benefits to reach the following continued monthly income goals. If an officer is totally and permanently disabled by injuries sustained while in the performance of duties, 50% of the monthly salary at the time of disability payable for life or until recovery, 10% of each salary until age 18 or of the child's marriage, whichever is first. They do not receive any other benefits and are required to purchase their own health medical coverage, and I believe this can be amended and can be found under Title II, County Personnel, Chapter 4, Section 204-220, Service Disability Retirement Benefits, Plan B. The St. Louis County Plan Ordinance became effective on March 1st, 1967. It has been revived many, many times over the years, but the county benefits that are provided at the current time are monthly retirement checks, death benefits of $10,000, which is also taxed, and the privilege of being able to remain in the county's health plan with the retiree paying all costs. Thank you.
Thank you. Next speaker is Helen Gelhart, followed by Tom Sullivan.
Thank you for this opportunity to speak before your board. My name is Helen Gelhart. I'm a lifelong resident of St. Louis. And I want to applaud everyone here tonight. It's an amazing turnout. I come to speak in favor of the minorities bill. there should be a minority inclusion bill, I believe. I believe it's the right thing to do, that good people get a good percentage of the work available. This is a people's issue. Article 1, Section 1 of the Missouri Constitution does state that all political power in the state of Missouri is vested in and derived from the people. And it's really encouraging that everybody is here tonight to keep the republic and to exert their voice and their opinions. I only represent myself. I don't represent a group. But when I heard that the last voter turnout was less than 8% of our population in St. Louis County, I was really distressed. This kind of participation by all kinds of people is what it takes to keep our republic. There was a woman who had no voting power who chased after Benjamin Franklin when he left the Constitutional Convention in 1779. Her name was Elizabeth Powell, and she ran after him and she said, "What have you given us, Dr. Franklin, a monarchy or a republic?" This woman couldn't vote, she couldn't hold office, she couldn't own property. She was barely a legal being. But he said, it's a republic if you can keep it. And again, I can't say enough, everyone here is doing a great job of keeping the republic tonight. I'm a volunteer with an organization that gives people tools to be able to keep the republic. I'm just a volunteer, but I believe that it's what our country needs. And the people wielding their power are able to control their government up to even 100% in some cities with the tools. And I would encourage all of you to look into it. The group is called Center for Self-Governance. They're out of Tennessee. They're in a lot of states now. Or anyone who's interested might be able to, I'll be around afterwards. There's also a website that you could go to see the different successes that ordinary people like all of us here have achieved. And it's libertystlouis.com. Thank you so much for your time, and thank everyone for coming.
Thank you. Next speaker is Tom Sullivan, followed by Floyd Blackwell.
Madam Chair and members of the Council, I'm glad to see there will be a debate between County Executive Dooley and Councilman Stinger. There are many issues that need to be discussed. One issue that's received a lot of discussion is minority participation, and I found the debate interesting, especially when I heard Charlie Dooley complain that it wasn't until 1995 that an African American was on the County Council. It was a little over 20 years ago that the matter of redistricting for the County Council ended up in federal court. The mayor of Elda City, the late Lottie Williams, proposed a redistricting plan to make it possible for the election of the first African American council member. Charlie Dooley was among those who opposed it, but the court adopted her plan. Mayor Williams, who worked on MSD issues for several years, then ran in the new district. She was defeated by Charlie Dooley, who had a ton of campaign money dropped on him by the special interests, which feared an independent thinker like Lottie Williams. So did Buzz Westfall. The March 1994 edition of Take 5 newspaper had a transcript of an interview with Lottie Williams when she was running for the county council. This is part of it. Take 5. What precipitated the redrawing of the district map? Why and how did you go about it? Lottie Williams. No black person has ever served on the St. Louis County Council. It was virtually impossible to serve on the council. The only way for that to happen was to have the boundaries redrawn in a manner that a black could actually run for office and be elected. Take 5. Why do you think Mayor Charlie Dooley of Northwoods has fought you on the redistricting issue? Lottie Williams. I think he is controlled by the white Democrats, plain and simple. Historically, we have black people who do whatever whites want them to do. They give them a few crumbs and the rest of the blacks suffer. That is not my way of doing things, but I believe that is his way. In his 2005 book, A Political View of the Grassroots, former Congressman Bill Clay Sr. included a 2000 commentary by Elbert Walton, published in St. Louis American. It noted that Charlie Dooley not only opposed the creation of a majority black county council district, but other redistricting efforts that would be helpful to black candidates. This is what it said about county redistricting. Dooley appeared before the U.S. District Court and testified that we do not need a majority black county council district. Once the court ordered the district, he was selected by white Democrats as their standard bearer and had been given over $70,000 to run for office. Congressman Clay then wrote, Dooley's opposition to the rights of blacks to be represented in elective government was a telling indictment of his non-commitment to political justice for his people. Some say it doesn't matter that Charlie Dooley's newfound interest in minority participation is taking place in an election year in which he has lost a lot of his usual support. But Mr. Dooley keeps talking about full disclosure, but left out a lot of his own record on the issue. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Madam Chair, get back here, Sullivan. Get back here. Get back here. I'm going to say this, and I normally don't say this, but I'm going to call you a liar. You taking words out of what I said. I'm going to tell you just what I said. They asked me, has anybody, any African American, ever ran for the office? I said, no. We don't know who could win that office, but given an opportunity. What you just quoted, what you picked, and cherry-picked what you want to say. That is an untrue statement. I have never said I was against a majority black district in my entire life. And I'm going to call you a lie in front of everybody in this room.
I just quoted from everybody else.
I'm going to say it again. I'm going to say it again. I'm going to call you a liar in front of everybody.
You can call whatever you want to, but
I'm going to call you a liar.
I quoted from a newspaper,
I'm just saying,
I quoted from Bill Clay's book.
What you have done is taken things out of context. That I have never said that in my entire life. Never.
I don't think I quoted you.
Sir, I'm going to say it again. Everything that's in the paper is not always true. People put what they want to put in the paper when they so choose. But I'm telling you in front of your face now, what you just said was an outright lie.
So what Lottie Williams said and what Congressman
Well, Lottie Williams is dead, so I'm not going to dispute a dead woman. I'm just saying, because Lottie Williams and I did not get along, but I'm going to tell you this again. I have never said, Madam Chair, that there should not be a majority black district. That is an untrue statement, and I'm going to call you a lie to your face.
Mr. Dooley, you
now, you can go and sit down in the seat. You can go down and sit, take your little short pants and go sit down in the chair over there. Okay, because, no, you need to go sit down in the chair. That's what you need to go do.
Next speaker is Floyd Blackwell, followed by Yafet El-Amin.
Okay.
Good evening, County Executive, Council. How's everybody? You know, I really just came to say that I support the County Executive in Hazel Irby. And to let you know that I'm an alderman in Cool Valley, one of the smallest municipalities in St. Louis County. I'm a former mayor, and I like to keep it clean, you know? And over the last few weeks, I've been seeing some commercials and other advertisements that's a little bit dirty. I hear a comment over here that says quite dirty. And I want you to know something. Whenever they dirty you up, you're gonna have people in St. Louis County standing behind you to help clean it up, all right? You don't have to worry about this. What I want to know is, or what I want you to know, O'Mara Bill 130 creates a toothless tiger because it has no staff or monitoring and compliance to ensure that the minority businesses and taxpayers receive fair and equal access to contracts and jobs. We want people participation, not paper participation. We want real participation, not pass through the executive order. Guarantees real companies and real people. All I want to do is keep it clean. I see news articles and photoshopping of 1,000 trucks. I hear someone came to the rescue. I hear we got major problems. And what I see is dirt. More dirt and more dirt. You know, St. Louis is celebrating some time here. And in the 60s, I used to shine shoes to sell papers. You know, St. Louis County is a great place to live. I'm proud to be part of it. All I ask that you keep it clean. And why, in 2014, do we have to beg to be part of the process? Why do we have to beg for pieces of crumbs? I thank you again for your help, and I'm with you all the way. Thanks again.
Thank you.
Good evening, Madam Chair and members of the committee. For the record, my name is Yafet Elamine, Executive Director of MOCAN Construction and Contractors Assistance Center. We would like to formally go on record in thanking the county executive for the executive order recently signed relative to assisting with minority business participation, female business participation, and minority and local workforce participation. We believe that it is a step in the right direction and a step for all of the residents in St. Louis County. We would also like to go on record in opposition of Bill 130 and Bills 131 introduced by Mr. Mike O'Meara. We have thoroughly went through the bills, and I find it extremely interesting that after Councilwoman Hazel Irby introduced legislation for participation, that Councilman O'Meara finally found it a good opportunity to introduce goals for his own constituents. We kind of call that a little late to the dance in our community. But what's interesting with his bill, and we are hopeful today that the council will vote those legislations down, is that Mr. O'Meara in his bill has removed the power from the diversity administrator and put that power in with the purchasing agent. And to that we say, would you have an entity not versed in law represent you in a court of law? No, you wouldn't. Would you have someone who is not licensed in real estate dispose of your property? No, you wouldn't. Would you have someone that is not licensed, vetted, or skilled in plumbing and pipe fitting lay your pipe? No, you wouldn't. As a representative of the Pipe Fitters Union, you would not. So we say today, why is it that you have the unmitigated gall to have someone with no skills, no experience in diversity, construction management, have the power to ensure that participation is authentic and true, and have the power to ensure that minority businesses and women businesses, minority workers and female workers work on St. Louis County projects? We find that the diversity office is the only one that people feel as though you have to have no criteria or qualifications to lead. We find that to be unfair, unjust, and just plain not good enough for St. Louis County. Earlier, it was stated about front companies. We believe that Mr. O'Meara's bill is a front for participation. And we ask for the council, particularly those members, Quinn and Wassinger, who voted against the bill last year dealing with 25% for the Department of Labor goals, to again stand against the reduction of the executive order and putting in place $25,000 contract limitations for businesses having to have a Department of Labor approved apprenticeship program. As a former legislator, I know that once you take a right position, you are able to stand throughout the time with that position. So we ask for you all not to limit minority businesses today by forcing them into union apprenticeship programs who for years have worked to exclude them. We again support the executive order and ask for that order to stand in place and not to be stripped of its power with bills 130 and 131. Thank you. Thank you.
That was last speaker.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Sorry. I'm sorry.
That will conclude the public forum. We'll move to introduction of bills.
Bill number 139, introduced by Councilmember Irby, an ordinance authorizing the county executive to accept a grant of up to $13,000 from the Office of State Courts Administrator, appropriating the same for support of the Family Courts Domestic Violence Program, and authorizing the county executive to execute necessary documents. Bill number 140, introduced by Councilmember Irby, an ordinance authorizing the county executive to execute an amendment to a lease agreement with Lufuse Soccer Club for lease of additional acreage in Creve Coeur Park and for construction of appurtenant facilities. Bill number 141, introduced by Councilmember Quinn, an ordinance authorizing the county executive to execute a deed to convey an approximately 0.517 acre tract of land in Greensfelder Park to abutting landowners, the Fouts Revocable Trust, accepting a deed from said trust for an approximately 1.01 acre tract of land, establishing said tract as part of the county park system, and authorizing execution of related documents. Bill number 142, introduced by Councilmember Erby, an ordinance authorizing the county executive to execute a quitclaim deed transferring a parcel of property bearing locator number 15L231584 to the owner of abutting property. Bill number 143, introduced by Councilmember Erby, an ordinance authorizing St. Louis County, Missouri to amend certain agreements in connection with its taxable redevelopment project leasehold revenue bonds, North Park Partners ESI 3 LLC project, Series 2009, taxable redevelopment project leasehold revenue bonds, ESI Mail Pharmacy Services Incorporated project, Series 2009, and taxable redevelopment project leasehold revenue bonds, North Park Partners ESI 6 LLC project, Series 2013, issued for the purpose of providing funds to pay the costs of acquiring and constructing facilities within the redevelopment area described in the amended Lambert Airport Eastern Perimeter Tax Increment Financing TIF redevelopment plan, and authorizing the county executive to take certain other actions in connection therewith. Bill number 144, introduced by Councilmember Stanger, an ordinance amending Ordinance 16,381 as amended by repealing and reenacting Section 3 pertaining to PC 116-92, Dr. John and Mrs. Joanne O'Keefe. Madam Chair, that is all the bills.
Thank you. Perfection of bills.
Bill number 8, introduced by Councilmember O'Meara.
Please. Bill number 8 is held.
Bill number 69, introduced by Councilmember Erby.
Bill number 69 is held, and that will be the order.
Bill number 118, introduced by Councilmember Erby.
Bill number 118 is held.
Bill number 123, introduced by Councilmember Erby.
Bill number 123 is held.
Bill number 130, introduced by Councilmember O'Meara.
I'd like to take it up, move for perfection of bill number 130. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Nay, I oppose. Nay. I have a statement here. This is unreal that four of you, five, are on the wrong side of history. These people, we're asking you to just give 25% of the pie, as one of the speakers said last week, or they've been saying every week. We're asking you for fairness, for a level playing field. People have come here for the last, 4 weeks and spoken, and you don't care. You just don't care. It's unbelievable that in 2014, we are in here fighting for the rights of everyone. 2014, there are children in this audience. Last week, my children were here and they said they can't believe that in 2014, we're fighting for civil rights. That's what it is. And then Councilman Stinger, all of a sudden, is interested in the Normandy School District. This has everything to do with what happens to the children in the Normandy School District. And then the two people who voted against these bills last year are voting in favor of them now. What happened? And you question me about election year?
Madam Chair, may I respond?
I'm not done yet. I hosted a meeting in the Normandy School District for the past 8 years. We talked about what could possibly happen in the Normandy School District. It had to do with jobs, children being transit moved around because their parents were losing jobs and whatever. This has everything to do with it. And in the last 8 years, you never once mentioned anything about those children in Normandy School District. Not once. We had a representative from the Children's Services Fund, Congressman Clay's office. We had the 24 law enforcement offices, the 24 mayors and all the people of in the school district. Everybody was there. You never once showed up. And you're going to accuse me of moving this bill forward because it's election year. Something that I have been fighting for ever since I've been here. And the people out here know it. The people I represent in the 24 municipalities know that. This has been referred to as County Executive Dooley's bill for the last 4 weeks, regardless of what I say or how I say that I introduced these bills and that it was my idea to bring these bills forward. But nobody cares. It's all about politics. Now, I'm happy that the people are here to see this so that you can go out and let the people in the community know that the person who represents North County and a majority of African American constituents is not for them. Can you give me the count again, Jen? Oh, I'm sorry, Councilman Stinger, you had something to say.
Certainly, if I may, yes. Madam Chair, I'm looking at Bill 130, and Bill 130 has a 20% requirement and a 5% requirement, 20% minority participation and a 5% women participation, which is what we've been talking about. The next bill up is Bill number 131, and that contains as part of it the apprenticeship language that we've heard quite a bit about. And back in 2012, that was a bill that I'm looking at the minutes on, and back in 2012, I can tell you that who voted for it were the yays. You were included in the yays on that bill, and that was with respect to Bill 131. And County Executive Dooley also made comment, and he stated this council has always done what is right for this community, for everyone at all times, and this was with respect to Bill number 289, which was Mike O'Mara's bill at the time, which is the next bill up. And he also said that he referenced previous legislation considered by the county council that elicited debate and/or opposition, which was, and that the county council had done the right thing with foreclosure mediation legislation, anti-discrimination legislation, hate crime legislation, etc. County Executive Dooley stated that there is a misunderstanding if anyone believes this legislation, and this was Bill number 289 that contained the same language as Bill 131, that this legislation discriminates against anybody in St. Louis County. County Executive Dooley further stated the council would continue to look at the fairness of the legislation, acknowledging that there are those who do not always agree with this legislation. However, he related that he believes this council has always done what is right for the citizens of St. Louis County. And this is very much contrary to what we're seeing now, and it's the same language that's contained in Bill 289.
Okay, can I go first?
Well, if I could just finish, if I could please just finish. You know, and I'm not making any accusations that anyone's doing anything for election politicking. I think what everyone's interested in doing is doing the right thing, which is why I got in touch with the St. Louis County chapter of the NAACP before I made any decision on these bills, which I did. And that, coupled with your 2012 approval of the very same language, you know, I think people can draw the conclusions that they want to draw, and I think they should. And, you know, I frankly leave it at that. I think the bills speak for themselves. I think it contains, we're in total agreement with the percentages of participation. And in 2012, you were in agreement with the language related to apprenticeship programs. So that coupled together, I would think we have bills that should be in agreement.
Okay, first of all, when that bill was voted on that night, I said here in the meeting that I wanted to look into it more to see if it really was inclusive. And I asked if we could revisit that. And we did, and that's what we're doing now. That's first of all. That's why I voted for it then, giving them the benefit of the doubt, and then I said I would revisit. That's what we're doing. Now, secondly, I don't understand why you are explaining Councilman O'Mara's bills. And the other thing is, I spoke to the NAACP when you said that you were the spokesman for them. In the one meeting you said,
and I didn't say that.
Yes, you did.
I didn't.
In the one meeting you said you were the spokesman. I spoke to them, found out that you took the bills to them and went over the bills with them. Who wrote the bills, Steve? You or Mike?
I did not take the bills.
Who wrote the
to
bills?
them. I simply didn't.
That's what they said.
Well, I didn't.
Now,
but
I
respectfully
understand why
disagree
you
with what you're saying.
County Executive Dooley.
Let me ask you a question. First of all, when Mike O'Mara and I talked about this last year, remember in my office, you said, Charlie, I'd like to get this passed. I said, Mike, you know, the numbers is too low. He said, we can come back and revisit it. I said, we're fine. I got no problem with the thing there, but the 25,000 was much, much too low. We talked about that, and you indicated that if we would go along with this, we would come back and revisit, like Hazel indicated, Councilman Chairman said, we revisit it and up those numbers just to get something going. I say, fine, I have no problem with it, as long as we do the right thing. Not now are we talking about doing the right thing. There's no more than what I asked you before. $25,000 for an apprenticeship program, that means minorities and small businesses, and women-owned businesses will not get any business. That is not what you and I discussed. In my office, that's what we agreed to. You say, we'll come back, so don't worry about it. County Executive, we'll come back, we'll make those numbers right. Because what we're saying is, we're asking for the same numbers that's in the city of St. Louis and in Kansas City as well. The same numbers, nothing different. We're asking for anything more at all, the same thing. The other thing is in this thing is also is that, and your last bill, the one, I think it's the 131, we asked for 100,000. We got to come back to the council before we can actually go out for bids when it's been approved in the budget. So why would I have to come back for 100,000 in the budget to approve it, even to go out to display it, to say go out for RSP? Why would you need to do that for $100,000 or more when you approved it in the budget before? So there are some things in there that was not present. And then the last thing was about the issue about the agent versus the diversity manager. That person that we talked about got 20 years experience. He understands it thoroughly, has an outstanding background in it. He knows what he's doing. That's why that person was picked. And that's why we thought it'd be a great thing to institutionalize the diversity office. It's not a Charlie Duty thing. It is a St. Louis County value. That's what it is. So you and I discussed it, and we both agreed there's some things we need to do, but we will come back and review it, and we would do, and I said at that meeting, we will always find this council doing what is right for everybody. And that's what we expect. That's all I'm saying. So that's where we are. And the other thing is most important again, is that it is always odd. It is always odd when people vote against something, then the next year they vote for it, which they never voted for it before. I am shocked at this time, to be honest with you, because one of the individuals had never voted for anything a Democrat voted for. So that's really is weird. So I'm just saying, people will say a lot of things, but I've always been proud of this council. We have always done what's in the best interest of St. Louis County. And for some reason, this last few months, I can take a wild guess that things have gone awry. But I will tell you, after August the 5th, things will calm down and we'll get back to being 99% what everybody agree on. That's what we always done. So people keep asking me, Charlie, is this ever going to end? It will end August the 5th. We're going to decide who's going to be the next county executive, and we're going to move forward as a county that we've always done. So I say, for right now, just bear the pain. This too will pass.
I hope so, because right now we're dysfunctional. The other issue I have is that when I see in the newspaper, I'm wondering about the Sunshine Law. When you see in the newspaper that Councilman Stinger says, we will vote on these bills this coming Tuesday, and it will pass. That says to me that you've polled the council. And what I was told is that you cannot do that. You cannot do that. I would like to know what the sunshine law says. I have a problem with that. Somebody's meeting somewhere.
How do you know it's gonna pass?
We just voted for it.
All right. How did they know ahead of time?
Right. Okay, so anyway, let's go. Let's move on. I'm sorry, we have to move on. No, we're done. I'm sorry. Meeting's called to order. What was the vote, Jen? I'm sorry.
Madam Chair, on the motion to perfect Bill number 130, I believe the voice vote was 5 ayes, 1 no.
No, we have 5 to 1. It's clear. The 5 people voted and 1 African American is voting no on the issue of inclusion. Motion carries. Bill is perfected.
Bill number 131, introduced by Councilmember O'Meara.
Take it up, move for perfection of Bill number 131.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Opposed? Nay? I'm sorry, nay.
Madam Chair, I believe on the voice vote on that motion, the count again was 5 ayes and 1 no.
Motion carries. Bill number 131 is perfected.
Bill number 132, introduced by Councilmember Erby.
I move for perfection of Bill number 132.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Bill number 132 is perfected.
Bill number 133, introduced by Councilmember Erby.
I move for perfection of Bill number 133.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Bill number 133 is perfected.
Bill number 134, introduced by Councilmember Erby.
I move for perfection of Bill number 134.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Bill number 134 is perfected.
Bill number 135, introduced by Councilmember Erby.
I move for perfection of Bill number 135.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Bill number 135 is perfected.
Bill number 136, introduced by Councilmembers Wassinger, Stanger, and Quinn.
I move to perfect Bill number 136.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Bill number 136 is perfected.
Bill number 137, introduced by Councilmember Erby.
I move for perfection of Bill number 137.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Bill number 137 is perfected.
Bill number 138, introduced by Councilmember Erby.
I move that we drop Bill number 138 because it's clear that there's no need. What?
I'd bring it up.
No, I'm dropping it.
I'd vote yes.
I'm dropping it.
Madam Chair,
No, I'm
I make
dropping it.
I make
It's
a
not
motion to vote on dropping the bill.
Second.
Madam Chair, I have a motion on the floor to not drop the bill.
So did you meet about this too?
No, we didn't meet about this.
You apparently did. You all know what you want to do now. You want to vote for this, right? Steve wanted to vote for this so he could get credit for it, so you're going to give him credit?
I voted for it last time, Madam Chair. I was your
Yeah,
sole
right.
vote for it last time.
Why do you need it?
Let him vote for it.
And is this all politics, or do you want an office of diversity?
I mean,
Is it about
Hazel,
the office or about who gets
Hazel,
credit?
you've noted that I'm all
Greg,
politics.
you
This
want
is
an
all
office of
politics.
diversity?
And you raised this issue 60
Greg,
days
you
before
want
the
an
election.
office of diversity?
I'll vote for it. Madam Chair, there's a motion on the floor.
And I would just remind you that you raised the issue.
Please don't remind anybody.
You raised the
anything.
issue 60 days
Don't-
before an election.
Did you ask
and
ask
you're
for the chair for
very much
anything,
doing
sir?
the same,
Did you
County
ask the chair
Executive.
for anything? You don't speak out of
There's
turn.
a motion on
You
the
don't
floor.
speak out of turn.
There's a motion
You
on
don't
the
speak
floor.
out of turn.
There's a motion on the
That's what
floor.
Okay.
we're doing.
You're speaking out of turn.
Madam Chair?
The motion on the floor is,
I dropped the bill before they made the motion.
No, I made a, I have a motion on the let's floor. vote on the motion.
I dropped the bill.
You can't
Can you
drop
give
the
us a
bill.
ruling?
Can't drop the bill.
She dropped her own bill.
You can't drop it.
Yes, I
You
can. I
have to,
dropped it.
we have to vote on dropping it.
No, we
I made a
don't.
motion to vote
No, we
on
do not.
dropping the bill.
I'd move to appeal the dropping of the bill.
Appeal it then. Give us a decision next week.
Second.
I'm not gonna vote on that.
It's dropped.
It's dropped.
I dropped it before they made a motion.
Ms. Reddington.
Final
I think
passage
we need
of
a-
bills.
We need an opinion on this.
We need an opinion right now on
We need
this.
an opinion on it.
She said she dropped the bill.
That's not the
You can bring
protocol.
it
That's
back
not the,
next
those
week.
aren't how the rules are written.
The rules say that only the person who sponsors the bill can drop it. She moved to drop it, and it's
She
gone
moved it,
now.
so that's her
She moved
motion.
to drop it,
That's
but
her
it wasn't
motion.
approved by
It
the
says you
council.
can
It was not approved.
Excuse me, I
I didn't-
misspoke. You can look at the rules on that.
Thank you.
You're welcome to bring it back next week.
Final passage of bills.
Bill number 330, introduced by Councilmember Burkett.
Please hold.
Bill number 106, introduced by Councilmember O'Meara.
Hold, please.
So ordered.
Bill number 124, introduced by Councilmember Erby.
I move for final passage of bill number 124.
Second.
Roll call.
Councilmember Erby.
Aye.
Councilmember Wassinger.
Aye.
Councilmember O'Meara.
Aye.
Councilmember Dolan.
Aye.
Councilmember Stanger.
Aye.
Councilmember Quinn.
Aye.
Madam Chair, on bill number 124, there are 6 ayes.
Bill number 124 is finally passed.
Bill number 125, introduced by Councilmember Stanger.
I move for final passage of bill number 125.
Second.
Roll call.
Councilmember Erby.
Aye.
Councilmember Wassinger.
Aye.
Councilmember O'Meara.
Aye.
Councilmember Dolan.
Aye.
Councilmember Stanger.
Aye.
Councilmember Quinn.
Aye.
Madam Chair, on bill number 125, there are 6 ayes.
Bill number 125 is finally passed.
Bill number 126, introduced by Councilmember Quinn.
I'd like to take it up. I move final passage of bill number 126.
Second.
Roll call.
Councilmember Erby.
Aye.
Councilmember Wassinger.
Aye.
Councilmember O'Meara.
Aye.
Councilmember Dolan.
Aye.
Councilmember Stanger.
Aye.
Councilmember Quinn.
Aye.
Madam Chair, on bill number 126, there are 6 ayes.
Bill number 126 is finally passed.
Bill number 127, introduced by Councilmember Quinn for Councilmember Wassinger.
I move for final passage of bill number 127.
Second.
Roll call.
Councilmember Erby.
Aye.
Councilmember Wassinger.
Aye.
Councilmember O'Meara.
Aye.
Councilmember Dolan.
Aye.
Councilmember Stanger.
Aye.
Councilmember Quinn.
Aye.
Madam Chair, on bill number 127, there are 6 ayes.
Bill number 127 is finally passed.
Bill number 128, introduced by Councilmember Erby.
I move for final passage of bill number 128.
Second.
Roll call.
Councilmember Erby.
Aye.
Councilmember Wassinger.
Aye.
Councilmember O'Meara.
Aye.
Councilmember Dolan.
Aye.
Councilmember Stanger.
Aye.
Councilmember Quinn.
Aye.
Madam Chair, on bill number 128, there are 6 ayes.
Bill number 128 is finally passed.
Bill number 129, introduced by Councilmember Quinn.
I'd like to take it up. I move final passage of bill number 129.
Second.
Roll call.
Councilmember Erby.
Aye.
Councilmember Wassinger.
Aye.
Councilmember O'Meara.
Aye.
Councilmember Dolan.
Aye.
Councilmember Stanger.
Aye.
Councilmember Quinn.
Aye.
Madam Chair, on bill number 129, there are 6 ayes.
I'm sorry, bill number 129 is finally passed.
Moving on to resolutions, Madam Chair, we have 2 this evening. Resolution number 1, introduced by Councilmember Stanger and Dolan. Resolution, whereas the Grand Pride Parade is deservedly regarded as the highlight of the annual Pride Fest celebration, with the parade this year to take place Sunday, June 29th at 11 a.m., and whereas the parade showcases the creative talents of hundreds of LGBT-friendly businesses and organizations and serves as a vehicle to indicate support for the societally important causes that Pride Fest represents.
I move for the adoption of resolution number 1.
Second.
Roll call.
Councilmember Erby.
Aye.
Councilmember Wassinger.
Aye.
Councilmember O'Meara.
Aye.
Councilmember Dolan.
Aye.
Councilmember Stanger.
Aye.
Councilmember Quinn.
Aye.
Madam Chair, on resolution number 1, there are 6 ayes.
Resolution number 1 is adopted.
Resolution number 2, introduced by Councilmember O'Meara.
Move for adoption of resolution number 2. Second.
Roll call.
Councilmember Erby.
Aye.
Councilmember Wassinger.
Aye.
Councilmember O'Meara.
Aye.
Councilmember Dolan.
Aye.
Councilmember Stanger.
Aye.
Councilmember Quinn.
Aye.
Madam Chair, on resolution number 2, there are 6 ayes.
Resolution number 2 is adopted. Jen, before we go to unfinished business, can we go back to that one?
Are you asking to go back for me to read Bill 138 again?
Yes.
Bill number 138, introduced by Councilmember Irby.
Okay, again, I dropped Bill 138. That's the diversity office. Is that 138?
Madam Chair, I'd make the motion to not drop it, citing Rule 11. A bill may be dropped from the order of business only upon the affirmative motion of one of the sponsors of the bill or order and majority vote of all members of the council. And majority vote of all members of the council.
Well, someone needs to move something, or do you moving, you don't move not to drop it, are you moving to take it up? Or do you want to?
I'd move to take up Bill 138.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? No.
Move for perfection of Bill 138.
Second.
Was that it after I said no? We didn't say, we need to?
I don't need to say it.
Okay. Okay.
Unless you want me to.
Do we get a second?
Yes.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? No. The motion carries.
Moving on to unfinished business, item number 1.
Hold on the order of business, and that will be the order.
Item number 2.
Hold on the order of business, and that will be the order.
Item number 3, 6th District.
Hold on the order of business.
So ordered.
Item number 4, 4th District.
Hold on the order of business.
So ordered.
And Madam Chair, moving on to new business, we have 3 prepared orders this evening.
I move for adoption of orders 1, 2, and 3. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Orders number 1, 2, and 3 are adopted. I'd just like to say one more thing. I thank all of you who have been here to support me every week on my bills. And you see what happened in St. Louis County tonight. It's a sad day in St. Louis County that we cannot pass a bill that includes everyone, that there are people still in 2014 willing to exclude minorities and women in this whole process. Thank you again.
I don't think it does exclude minorities and women.
I move the meeting.
You love her fight.
Yeah.